Okay. I think we may be in business. Subscribers in 1 month. Make that 21 as of yesterday. Wow. Something else that's changed is my studio. Wow, I actually have lights in here now. And as you can see here, I am dressed in a formal fashion. Or what I like to call very uncomfortable clothes. Take these off. I cannot see with these on. Wow, I'm glad I took those off. I can see how terrible my lighting is now. I guess the chronograph lighting wasn't the only terrible lighting situation I've been in so far. But I'm dressed formally in celebration of my first flywheel mod. Bring out the confetti! Oh, I suppose not. Oh, the good old Rapid Strike. I've had this one here with this magazine in my collection since December 25th, 2014. And this one right here, I got this off of Etsy for $20 when I first got back into Nerf. I planned on doing a flywheel mod, but when I took this apart and tried to do stuff, I was terrible at soldering, so there were wires disconnected, and then there were even more disconnecting as I was tossing it around in my bin. This sat in my parts bin for 3 years. I'm pretty sure all I ever did to this when I first got it was I removed some of the electronic locks. I didn't even take off the thermistors that were on the motors, and that's what the circuit board is on there. You really don't need that. This has pretty much everything done to it, except for a flywheel cage replacement, which I really should have done because the plastic one in there vibrates like crud. It's still scary though, hence the name, Savage. That's because it is loud and scary sounding. I'm so surprised that what made me decide I wanted to do this? Well, I've been mechanically inclined with these things for almost 3 years. No, more than 3 years, because I started in July. Oh my god, I should be celebrating that too. Formal clothing! So yeah, I just saw this in my parts bin and decided to save it. Luckily I found almost everything. I had to replace a few of the parts, like the tactical rail pieces. Those are not easy to find. I don't think these rails are gonna work anymore, because the springs in them are so weak. This can't be my first flywheel mod. Seriously. I'm surprised too. How did I get this my first try? Well, when you spend like 80 bucks on materials that where's the list? I don't have the list. Yeah, so when you get a bunch of materials to build something like this, you want to do your research. I think I did about a week of research before I actually ordered everything, and then I was all set to go. I already had a really nice soldering iron and solder, but I needed pretty much everything else. This is not easy. The only reason I did this good, and not counting the paint job by the way, the only reason it actually works is because I did my research, and because I spent so much money, I really didn't want to mess this up. There's also a lot of patience. It didn't fully work the first time. The third switch was a little iffy, and it still was as I was putting it back together after the paint job. And a little story here. I thought I destroyed this thing when I was trying to put it back together after I had painted it, and I knew it worked before I painted it. What I was doing, I was testing it, and I think the diode wire in here sparked and flew off, so I had to resolder that, and I resoldered it on the wrong lead. So when I tried to test it, the motors were really quiet, and I was like, that's weird, and it made a loud grinding sound, and my battery was kind of hot. I could have been so mad, but it turns out I didn't actually kill it. It's totally fine. I wouldn't be making this video if I killed this thing. I would look like an idiot. And I am an idiot, trust me. So here I am, after 3 years. Instead of springers, we have flywheels. And that's gone just like my sanity.